us here together. A friendship that's so strong it lasts forever. Despite these challenges and roadblocks in our way, I'll always have your back no matter what they say. So stand with me and face our final moment. We'll choose a choice to carry us on through this.
All right, welcome back to Choose a Choice, everybody. It has been a minute. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Instead of playing on Edenia as we usually do, we're going to do a little one-shot. So I'll be DMing, and we've got Jared and Megan playing today. Do you both want to introduce your characters before we get into the actual session?
My character is a male human ranger named Walker. 3rd level, because that's what I was told to do. And he is a noble, but he doesn't have any money, and the land that he's in is ruled by somebody else who is set on killing him in my character's background description. So Berkeley, none of this is canon, and you can completely override it at a moment's notice.
Yeah, you're actually a charlatan background.
Okay,
Just
cool,
kidding.
cool. Don't know. Yeah, so I basically made an Aragorn clone. So my height is 6'6", my age is 87. I have tan skin, black hair with traces of gray, shoulder length. I weigh 220 pounds, and my alignment is lawful good if the law is good. If the law is not good, then obviously Aragorn's not going to obey laws that would be bad.
Nice. I love that.
My personality traits are confidence. I'm inspiring because of my confidence. I help those who are in trouble. And despite my noble birth, I do not place myself above other folk. We all have the same blood. My ideals are destiny. Nothing and no one can steer me away from my higher calling. As well as noble obligation. It is my duty to protect and care for the people behind me. And my bonds are, I protect those who cannot protect themselves, and the common folk must see me as a hero of the people.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that an awesome edge dancer ideal, or is that a windrunner ideal?
Windrunner is I'll protect those who cannot protect themselves.
That's a windrunner.
For you Stormlight fans out there. I just want to warn everyone, Jared, Megan, and the listeners, that you're going to get about that same level of description combined for the rest of this session. So just brace yourselves. That was as immersive as it gets. Okay, Megan, who are you playing?
So I'm sensing we're going to have a bit of a power struggle potentially between these two characters. I'm playing a 3rd level fighter named Layla. She's a half-elf, and her background is kind of a dual background. She has both the soldier and entertainer background. Her mother, a human, was a traveling performer when she met Layla's father, who was an elf, who was the head of the local militia. And they decided to make it work by her mom opening up a little dance performing arts school area thing, and her dad staying a military man. So Layla kind of got the best of both worlds in growing up. So she's a fighter and has the subclass of samurai, which is a new one from Xanathar's, I think. Or maybe Tasha's. No, I think it's in Tasha's. Tasha's Cauldron of whatever it is. Everything?
Of everything, yeah.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, samurai are cool because they are dexterous, charismatic fighters. So she kind of has a little bit of an advantage in her fighting style with her dancer background, as well as all of her military training. So she's also quite confident and brave and solution-minded from all of her military. She's very nationalistic, proud of where she comes from, but she also believes that art is important. and she has a really close bond with her family and her city. She's kind of like, you know, the big fish back in her hometown, since she's kind of all over doing lots of things. But she definitely does not like to admit when she's wrong, and very stubborn and maybe a little bit bossy. So 2 confident, skilled fighters will be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Samurai. That's so cool. I didn't know that that was possible. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, it's one of the new subclasses for fighters. So I decided to try it out. I always have to play characters that are high dexterity and charisma, but I don't want to just continue playing rogues and bards. So I found a way to make it work with the samurai fighter subclass.
Yeah. Nice.
And for the listeners, I think we forgot to mention we're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition tonight. So none of the words you just heard sounded like Savage Worlds. That's why we're using a different game system. Probably familiar to a lot of our listeners, but in case you haven't heard, that's what we're playing. Okay, so for this session, we will be playing in a high fantasy setting. So you are based in a city called Trezzar, and you have been doing odd jobs for a wizard named Aminar for about 6 months. That's the background that we're going with. I've got a couple questions for both of you to kind of give some backstory on this party, so to speak. So, Jared, how do you think the party met?
Well, as a rogue, sorry, I'm not a rogue. As a ranger, I'm always kind of on the edges of civilization, trying to protect the normal people from what lies beyond in the wildlands. So I'm imagining that I probably bumped into Layla in the midst of her soldiering somewhere out there. And then, you know, kind of maybe was drawn by the big fish confidence, because I also value confidence. And maybe I was a little jealous of how people around her respected her. And so maybe I followed Layla onto this job with the wizard as a way to kind of prove to myself that I could keep up with Layla.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that. I also think Layla maybe wanted to strike out on her own a little bit, because she'd been, you know, she knows that she can do all of this stuff in her own hometown, and that everyone there thinks she's pretty awesome, but I think she's ready to start something new. So that's where she got to the wizard town.
Nice.
Doing stuff. Just trying something new.
Okay, Meagan, after your first job, how did you decide to stay together and keep working?
I think Layla's humble enough to realize that she can still learn from other people. Again, I think that military training is really ingrained in her, especially from her father, that like there's always something to be learned. So because I imagine that Walker's a bit older than her, she kind of might view him as like another type of mentor figure where she can, you know, kind of glean various knowledge from him, maybe more knowledge about like survival or other types of weapons, skills, just things like that. So she kind of viewed it as an opportunity to learn more, become even more skilled, and also I think they probably got along well enough, so it wasn't a hardship.
Nice. Okay, last question, and this is for both of you. So you've been based in Trezzar for about 6 months. What do you think your reputation is among the people there?
Oh, we gotta be heroes, you know, like the samurai and the ranger getting stuff done, helping the common folk, and you know, kind of working together for the common good. Maybe they don't understand exactly what we're doing for the wizard, because Aminar probably has some high standing, maybe isn't hanging out with peasants all the time, but you know, we're definitely seen around town as like doing good. That's my vision.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Just that I think we have a good reputation, if a bit of a mysterious air about us.
Okay, yeah, love all of that. So that kind of sets the scene for who you are and why you're here and what you're doing. So let's jump into it. Today you are on your way back to Trezzar. You were off killing some fey beasts that had been terrorizing some merchants along the road south of Trezzar, and you went and dealt with the problem, and you're on your way back to collect your payment. As you approach the city, though, you can tell almost immediately that something is wrong. There are fewer guards than usual, and the guards that are there look nervous. And as you approach, it looks like the guard in charge is a human woman that you've seen before. Her name is Gwenola.
Hmm.
What do you do?
I think I approach Gwenola and just kind of ask, like, is everything okay? It's a little weird.
Oh, you haven't heard yet?
No.
Terrible news. Aminar, he's been killed.
What?
I don't know the details, but they're holding his apprentice in the prison in town. So yeah, we're all kind of all hands on deck with that.
Are you holding the apprentice in prison because you think the apprentice killed him?
That's what they're saying. I haven't had a chance to be privy to the investigation, but that's what it sounds like.
Well, we were technically employed by Aminar for a while. Do you mind if we take a look around his stomping ground? Does he live in a tower? All wizards live in a tower, right?
Yeah, great question. So you would know that Aminar, he lives in a tower a little ways outside of town, but every time you've met with him has been here in the city, so you haven't ever actually been to his tower.
Okay, but we know like kind of where it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm literally just picturing the wizard from Stardew Valley.
Yeah, sure.
So that's what he looks like. Anyway, yeah, so do you mind if we like poke around his tower, maybe talk to, do I know the apprentice's name?
Yeah, you've met this apprentice. His name is Roderick.
Oh, okay.
You've interacted with him quite a few times.
Yeah. Do you mind if we talk to Roderick a bit?
Yeah, I think that whoever's leading the investigation would really appreciate your insight. I know that you two knew Aminar better than most of us. I think that you'd be great to take this on.
Okay. Yeah, just didn't want to overstep any boundaries.
Gwenola steps aside and ushers you into the city.
All right, Walker, what do you think first? Investigate the tower, talk to Roderick, do something else? You thirsty?
I am parched, actually. I could really use a fantasy sprite. But before we do that, I need to know, did we walk here? Or are we riding horses?
You walked here. You're great heroes, but not wealthy enough for horses yet.
Well, that suits my name, as I am Walker, the one who walks. I think that Aminar, I mean, we gotta get paid, ideally.
Yeah.
Walker doesn't kill fey beasts for free, unless it's for the good of the people. Townspeople that are within earshot, I have your back, definitely. But also, on the down low, Walker got to get paid. So
I totally agree with you. I'm going to need you to stop referring to yourself in the third person, though, as we continue here. Because that's going to drive Layla to some violence.
I can do that. I'm sorry. I forgot that bothers you. You know, I really should have remembered that after our months together on the road.
Yeah, but, it's been a while since you've done it, but I just thought I'd remind you.
Thank you for reminding me, and it probably won't happen again.
Well, probably. I'll be here with a little rock to throw at you if you do it again. So don't worry.
That is not a constructive way to solve problems.
I think it is, though.
Let's continue this discussion while we walk our way towards the apprentice.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you are bickering, as probably has happened a lot over the last 6 months. But
we get along well, but not that well, you know.
You make your way to the prison. It's a pretty small prison here in town. They don't have a lot going on here. So you're able to walk in. There's a guard there who looks at you kind of suspiciously, but doesn't like rush you out of the room. And there's 2 cells here, one of which holds Roderick. So this is a person that you've dealt with. He's been at a lot of your meetings with Aminar. He is about 17 years old and comes from a pretty poor family, but Aminar has set him up well to eventually be a great wizard.
Hail and well met, Roderick the Young. Why are you here in prison? What's that about?
Oh, thank goodness you guys are here. Oh, I was hoping you would show up. No one's listening to me. I swear I didn't kill Aminar. I don't think anyone did. I think he's still alive.
So Layla, can you hear him right now? I just see. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we can hear you.
Don't pull my leg like that, Walker. It's been a real hard day.
It's okay, buddy. Calm down. What makes you, so why does everyone think he's dead? Did they find a body?
No, these people are. Don't tell the guards, but these people are crazy. They don't know anything about investigation or murder. There's no body. Aminar's just been missing for a few days, pretty much ever since you guys left. And they assume he got murdered because of it. And since I'm the only one that can go into his tower and knows where he lived and stuff, they just assume I did it.
Checks out. That checks out.
Yeah.
Probably guilty.
Well,
No.
no, I don't think you're guilty, Roderick, but I do get the feeling that maybe there's something you're not telling me. Can I make an insight check on him?
Sure.
Oh, okay, it's pretty good. I got a 6.
He sure looks like he's in the cell.
Okay. I'll just see if he still says anything. Maybe he's really weak-willed. I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
I don't know what you want from me. I'm telling you what happened and what didn't happen and what I think happened.
Well, what we want to know, Roderick, is the truth. And plenty of it. And
So
I would
help you
also like to
God.
roll insight.
Okay, roll insight.
Can you swear on this non-denominational book for me, please?
Okay, that is also a 6, but I have +4. So that's going to be 10 for me.
Okay, he seems really scared, which makes sense with the story that he's telling you. And he's always been a little bit of an anxious person, so this doesn't surprise you. But that's the prevailing thing that you get with a 10, is he seems very scared.
Okay. Why are you so frightened? I mean, did they rough you up? Did they catch you doing something you shouldn't have been doing? Like,
Without Aminar, I have very little rights in this city, and if I'm the number one suspect in his murder, which I still don't think happened, I could easily be facing execution.
that would definitely make things a little bit higher stakes.
Yeah.
I forgot that we do that here.
All right, Roderick, let me see if I can talk to the guards. Let them... Would you want to help us investigate and figure out what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So Jared, you can decide. I'm going to pull Walker aside for a minute and be like, excuse me, just let me talk to my associate. Do you think we should try and trust this kid, or should we just keep him here where we know he's not going to go anywhere?
Well, I think that we might be able to work with him without releasing him from prison.
Okay.
You know, maybe if we could get like a timeline of where he was in the last 24 hours type of thing. Like that type. I don't know. I mean, they obviously locked him up for a reason.
That's true. And we can always investigate the tower, and if we really need his help, we can come back.
That's what I'm thinking. If we can just convince the guards to not execute him immediately,
Okay. Yeah, we can probably do that.
that would be cool.
For sure.
I do wonder, though. So we've seen one guard at the gate. Gwenola was guarding the gate. And then we've seen this guard guarding the prison, which only has 2 cells, and one is empty, I'm assuming. I didn't look on the way in. Where's everyone else? Because I feel like that also might provide a little bit of information.
Like, where are the other guards?
Yeah, are they like dealing with like a bunch of people that this kid killed and we just haven't heard about it yet? Or,
There might just not be a lot of guards. It's a small town.
That's a fair point, but there's got to be more than 2.
True. Okay, let's go talk to this guard in the prison for a bit.
Can I help you?
Yeah, first things first, so Gwenola gave us permission to kind of investigate the whole wizard thing. Hope that's okay
Gwenola,
with you.
she's great. Probably my favorite
Cool.
coworker.
That's great to hear. So you're cool if we like help out with this whole thing, won't feel like any toes are getting stepped on or anything?
With the investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that sounds great. No
Okay,
complaints there.
Secondly, can you not kill that kid over there until we figure out what's going on?
That's not totally my call, but I can make a note of that. And he
Okay,
pulls out
whose
a
call?
He
Whose
pulls
call
out a
is it?
parchment and quill and starts writing down notes. You can see that he's got a list of memos that he's waiting to give to his superiors. Captain Moglith would be the one deciding that. I think he was planning on holding off anyway. How long do you think you need? Few minutes? Few days? I don't know how investigations work.
Clearly. Probably like, I don't know, 2 days max?
2 days? Yeah, I think we could probably hold off that long.
That's great. Walker, did you have any questions for this nice man?
Why did you guys lock him up? Did he kill it? Like, obviously, we suspect that he killed Aminar, but did he do anything else bad that we know of?
Well, he, not that we know of. We're definitely looking into that right now. Mostly it was just because he's got, like, magic powers, and we didn't really know what he could do with those, or how far he could get, or what other harm he could do, so mostly a precautionary measure while we investigate.
Do you think that the bars on his cell are going to stop him from using magic on you?
He starts writing very quickly on his parchment.
All right.
That is a great
anyway,
question. Great question.
I think that's enough questions for now. So we're gonna go to the tower. Yeah, just keep a watch on Wizard Boy here, and please don't kill him. And we'll be back.
Sounds good. And as you guys turn to leave, Roderick shouts out, Wait, I want to help.
Layla, you seem a little hesitant.
Well, I thought we agreed to not let him help Blake.
Oh, definitely. I just wanted to go talk to him and tell him that he's not going to die.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
immediately.
Yeah, no, you can go tell him that.
Okay, cool. So I saunter. I do a jaunty little saunter back over to Roderick. I say, Roderick the Young, good news. We have sort of received a half promise that you won't be executed today, and hopefully not tomorrow. And also confirmed with this unnamed guard. Guard, what's your name?
Chryson.
Bryson. We confirmed with Bryson. Thank you, Bryson.
Chryson with a K.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
such-
I'm a little deaf under this armored helm that I'm wearing. Pulls it off, shakes out his lustrous hair. Chryson over here told us that you didn't do anything wrong that they know of besides like being suspicious. So that's pretty good. I think, I think things are going pretty well right now. So you definitely don't need to be that scared, I would say.
Okay,
Just chill out.
that's good to know. There's something you should know. There's Amaran had, did I say his name right? Nope. There's
You're getting
something
music name
you should
wrong.
know too. Aminar, he had this magic chalk in his office that people could use to summon him, people being
Oh
me
yeah.
and his previous apprentices. So if he is alive somewhere and you can get to the chalk, just draw a circle on the ground. It has to be a perfect circle though. No ovals, no wobbles. If you can draw a perfect circle and Aminar's still alive, it should summon him, which in my opinion would be pretty good proof that I didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredibly useful. Thank you. I will hey, Chryson, can I borrow some parchment real quick? Can I get just like a little piece?
I suppose so. And he opens a drawer in his desk, and it's just full of parchment. There's probably like a foot tall stack of parchment in there. I guess I can spare one. And he passes it to you.
The stationary guy?
I take my responsibilities here very seriously, and if I ran out of paper, then I couldn't take notes for Captain Moglith.
Totally.
I'm impressed by your sense of responsibility. That's really great, Chryson. Okay. So I'm going to write down magic chalk, perfect circle, and fold that up and tuck it into my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's all I wanted to do here. Layla?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think we can head on to the tower. I'm gonna give Chryson a salute. Soldier, as you were.
He salutes back.
I go in for the fist bump.
He doesn't seem to know what to do with that. He thinks you're handing him something, so he puts his palm out so that you can drop it in his hand.
I turn it into a stretch halfway through.
Oh, I see.
Oh, sorry. And then I I walk out.
We need to work on your people skills, man.
I'm not a charismatic guy. I don't know what to do about that.
Just always salute soldiers. Just, they love that. They eat that stuff up.
That's like, I feel like that's a soldier to soldier thing though. And it's like, as a ranger, I feel like if I were to use that might be appropriation.
It's not, because it's fine.
All right.
If someone gets mad at you for doing it, I'll fight them.
And that's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. I know you've got my back.
Always. Except for when you refer to yourself in the third person, then you're on your own.
Walker understands.
Oh my. I'm gonna start looking for...
Did you get really far from your mic?
I did. I'm sorry. I was throwing something away. I was trying something out, a little voice effect. I start filling my pockets with little rocks as he says that.
You're going to throw a handful of gravel at me?
I'm going to throw one at a time.
That's pretty fun. Okay.
It's called conditioning. You ever heard of Pavlov?
I have not.
It works.
That doesn't sound like a fantasy name to me, but I did just think that dude was named Bryson, which definitely isn't a fantasy name, so...
Yeah,
I could
anything
be
can
wrong.
be fantasy. That kid's name is Roderick. So,
That's true. Speaking of Roderick, probably talking to Captain Moglith first might be good, just so that he isn't randomly executed while we're gone.
you don't trust
Seemed
Bryson?
like he was on board. No, I definitely trust him, but he seems very much like the dude who would just say, "Oh, yes, sir," and not really share his thoughts or like stand up for himself too much.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but the problem is, where are we going to find the good captain?
Maybe he would be in the keep, perchance.
Yeah,
that a
that sounds
thing?
like a good guess.
All right, go there.
Okay. So the keep is a large wooden building in the middle of town. And you know that this city doesn't have like a strong governor, but they've got kind of a loose council of people that make decisions. So the keep isn't like the residence of any one person. It's more of like a community center where people come to make decisions together. And right now, it is where Captain Moglith is having the headquarters for the investigation.
Excellent. Okay. I assume I can just walk in. I don't have to, like, do any special thing.
Yeah, you walk in and see Captain Moglith. He's a half-orc man. He's in his early 50s, and he is sitting behind a desk taking reports from guards and giving orders. There's a few people milling about this room, looking pretty busy.
I speak orc.
Nice.
As a side note, but I think it would be presumptuous of me to just start talking to Captain Moglith in Orcish, because that's like assuming that just because he's half orc that he would speak Orcish. So I'm going to stick with common because I feel like that's respectful, and I'm going to say, "Hail and well met, Captain Moglith. It is I, Walker, and also Layla, my companion."
Ah, Walker and companion. Welcome, I suppose. Can you make it quick?
My name's Layla, first of all.
Layla?
That's true, and I apologize to you, Layla, if I
This isn't feeling very quick.
We just want...
The wizard's dead, damn it!
Did you find a body?
He starts jotting on a piece of parchment.
So that's...
No, we didn't. We are looking for that now.
Okay, well, usually a body is the first thing in a murder investigation you need to find. Just jot that down.
Okay, yes, that's why we're so behind schedule. We need to make this fast.
There's a schedule?
Yes, we're trying to investigate a murder and we haven't even found a body yet.
But, like, what's your deadline? Because, like, the fact that you have a deadline for when to find the body kind of makes this seem like it might be you might be a little bit ahead of yourselves. That's all I'm saying.
He's already dead. He's going to stay dead, you know?
Yeah, well, we'll all be dead if we don't get a new wizard soon. Do you know how much he did to protect this city from dragons and fae and aberrations and the other things?
Yes, actually, I have a pretty darn good idea because I worked for him. And was also taking part in the, fighting of the aberrations and the fae and maybe not dragon sounds a little above my pay grade, but the other stuff definitely did help with that. And you guys, I think you're safe, but if you have any reason to like believe that you're not, would you mind sharing that with us? We're here to help with the investigation.
Well, out here in the wilds of Halmont, that's the country that you're in, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. These cities here, we're pretty far from the capital, and we need to defend ourselves. And there's some things that are just really hard to defend against, and that's where Aminar came in. And with him missing, our city's defensive spells and our strategy even is just falling apart. And I don't know how much longer we'll be able to hold up.
That's a very good point. It's important to stay organized. It's important to stick together, to rely on your fellow community members. And that's also part of why I'm here. I think that it's a little premature to think about killing Roderick the Young before we can kind of prove that he was the one who actually, disappeared Aminar.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we haven't killed him yet.
That is great to hear. You would be doing Aminar a huge favor if you didn't execute his apprentice until we know for sure that he did it, if he did.
Moglith seems strangely emotional at this, and you see a single dark tear leave his eye. He says, Aminar, he was a good man. I'd love to do that man a favor by not killing his apprentice.
Okay, cool. So, you won't kill Roderick for 2 days while we investigate in the Wizard's Tower?
He composes himself. Yes, for 48 hours. That we can arrange that.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Moglith. You're a real champ. Keep your head up. Things are going to work out all right. I'm sure of it.
They probably will, but even if they don't, we'll figure it out.
Well, that was not super inspiring, but good luck.
Okay.
With whatever it is
I'm
you're
working
doing.
I'm going to throw a very snappy salute and kind of like very confidently puff my chest and stride out of the keep.
You hear him shout behind you. You see that, men? That was a salute.
See?
Yes.
Okay. I salute him as well before I leave.
That was good, too.
Yeah, it was. Okay. As we leave and we start walking to the Wizard's Tower, I'm like, see, I told you, saluting. Soldiers love to be saluted.
You were so right. That was great. And it felt so liberating. It's amazing. You guys do that all the time?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but yeah. It's like we can't get anything done. I'm just picturing that scene from Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Where they just take 5 minutes to kill each other. Layla has a brief flashback to a similar experience in her own military training where it was just saluting over and over again for like forever. She gets a haunted look in her eyes. Anyway, we walk towards it. Anything else we need to do before we go towards the tower? I'm itching to figure out this mystery. I love solving problems.
Actually, I would like to get that fantasy sprite I mentioned earlier, and maybe ask if any of the locals saw anything, around the time of the disappearance. Maybe
Fine.
anything weird happening.
All right. Probably. I'm keep your expectations low. These villagers seem friendly, but not the brightest candles in the candelabra, if you know what I mean.
That is definitely true. They're not, I don't know what city you're from, but they don't make them like they do in that city that you're from.
I think it's Scathis. Is it still Scathis?
Yeah,
in this world?
Scathis. Okay. We're borrowing lots of stuff from previous campaigns that Meagan and I have played in. And Scathis can be one of those things that we borrow.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
They don't make them like they do in Scathis.
That's for darn sure. It's the best country in the world. Okay. We can go into the little, whatever, tavern place they have.
Yeah, so the only thing resembling a tavern here, it looks like it was a lemonade stand that someone built on the side of the road. And then later they built a building around it, but not a big one.
Okay.
And it's
The
called,
shed.
yeah, it's called the Icy Tankard. And you make your way inside. And Rafa, the elf woman, is standing behind the bar. My two best customers. Welcome.
Hello.
What will you
I'm gonna
have?
give her a little greeting in Elvish, since we both speak Elvish, and that's a thing we do. I decided just now.
Okay, Rafa greets back, also in Elvish.
Yeah, I'm not making up a greeting, so we can just breeze past that. A fantasy sprite for my friend, please.
One fantasy sprite coming up. And for you?
I'll just have a water.
And one fantasy water.
Okay.
Don't know why I said that. She pours the drinks and passes them to you. And as you take the cups, you see that, true to the name of this establishment, the tankards are quite icy.
Love that.
Boy, is it good to be back. Get the road dust out of my throat and throw down some of Icy Tankard's finest fantasy sprite. Layla, I interrupted you. Again, I'm truly sorry for how rude I've been lately. Please continue.
It's all good. I was going to ask Rafa, how do you keep these tankards so icy?
Oh, well, two of them were enchanted by a kind wizard that was passing through, and then because of the bit, we kind of just had to keep the rest of them in ice.
Mm. Where do you get that
That
ice?
sounds pretty expensive.
Actually, Roderick used to make it for us. He would come by once a week and just fill our old box of ice. He would fill it with ice again. I hear he's maybe a suspect in the murder and maybe won't be able to do that for us anymore.
Yeah, kind of makes your business model crumble a little bit. About that, have you ever, well, first of all, have you ever seen Aminar, like, well, no, you probably have. We probably met him here. That's a dumb question. Have you seen Aminar recently before he disappeared? Anything weird you noticed? Did you see
No.
Roderick doing anything sketchy?
The last time I saw him was at your birthday party here 2 weeks ago. Do you remember that?
Oh.
We were packed in here like sardines.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun thing for me.
In hindsight, we probably should have gone out in the road.
Probably. Everyone made it out there eventually. Because we were all so drunk. So, okay, that's the last time you saw him. Have you seen Roderick do anything, teenagery, maybe write angry poetry in a diary in here, maybe kick a building, smoke some cloves outside?
Has he drawn a phallus on anything?
Yeah.
Is this related to the murder investigation?
Well,
Yes.
apparently he's been accused of murder, so I'm just trying to see if he's been, like, going down a road of crime,
You
a road
think
of bad
that
decisions.
drawing phalluses is on the road to murder?
It could be.
Yes.
And that's what makes it so terrifying.
I need to have a word with my son. But no, I haven't seen Roderick do anything like that.
Okay. Quick side suggestion. You should enroll your son in the city guard. Military training is excellent for young minds. Really helps shape them.
And if he does commit a murder, he's in the guard. What are they going to do?
Yeah,
It's a
there's like
win-win.
no
That's all I'm
punishment.
saying.
You can get away with anything.
Your point sounded like survivor bias, and yours was just off the rails. I don't know what you people are doing. or thinking,
This
but-
fantasy sprite is a lot stronger than I remember it.
Did you spike it?
Yeah, oh yeah, you
Okay.
you wanted the half vodka, half Sprite,
I
right?
wanted the virgin fantasy sprite.
Oh,
I'm on the job. I can't be drinking vodka.
well, can't put that back in the toothpaste tube. We haven't invented toothpaste yet. I don't know a good metaphor for this. Anything else?
Nope. I down the rest of my icy cold water, even if it hurts my throat. And I say, thank you, Rafa. Toss some coins. And I say to Walker, I don't think they're going to be any help.
I down my sprite and then cough aggressively.
It burns
And
from the
nod.
cold and the alcohol.
Yes. And I nod and cough my way out of the door.
Like an icy hot patch for your throat. Well, I mean, Walker, we tried talking to locals. I just don't think they've seen anything, and I just don't think they can help us. And they don't
You're-
even believe in military training.
Which is a shame
Yeah, I know.
because it made you excellent. And we definitely aren't getting anywhere with these untrained people. I love them to death, but oh boy. It seems like they were born yesterday.
That fantasy sprite was a bad idea, but you know what? We're going to push through it. I have these rocks in my pocket. I bet if I throw one at you every couple minutes or so, that'll help you sober up.
Oh, what was... Oh, a rock. Okay. Well, to the tower.
Okay, we're going to make our way to the tower hopefully somewhat quickly.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. It's about a 15-minute walk, but you two are both well acquainted to traveling and walking from place to place, so it's pretty quick for you. You know that this area has had problems with wolves lately, but it's early enough in the day that they're not active. You keep your wits sharp. Well, one of you keeps your wits sharp, but you don't run into any trouble.
Okay.
Eventually, you do make it to Aminar's Tower. So this is like you said, very traditional wizard tower. It looks like it's about 5 stories tall, a little bit crooked, probably reinforced with some magic to keep it structurally sound. It's made of these large stone bricks, and it's got ivy climbing up the sides, and got a big purple door in front.
Just like Stardew Valley.
I bet I could climb that ivy up to the window.
I think it's enchanted, so you better not. Let's just try and go in the door. I'm going to try it, see if it's locked.
Do you want to try it?
Are you trying to... I want to... Okay.
No, we can keep the show moving.
Okay. I'm going to try the door.
Okay. Yeah, the door is unlocked.
Oh, okay.
I'm imagining you pulling me by the collar after you.
Exactly.
As I weakly reach toward the ivy.
No time for that now. Hopefully by our second or third puzzle, you'll be a little bit more back to normal because enough time will have passed. Okay, so what's on the front room?
Okay, you enter a room. It's you can tell immediately that this place is bigger on the inside. I wish that phrase wasn't so completely tied to Doctor Who, but there's just no other way to say that a place is bigger on the inside. It's bigger on the inside, not in a Doctor Who way, but in a wizard way. And
isn't Doctor Who a wizard?
Don't say that.
But
that hurts.
Kind of. But kind of. He has a wand.
He's a scientist.
He's got a
Totally
wand.
It's a
different.
sonic screwdriver.
Oh, it's a wand.
So this
Okay,
room is
continue.
totally round. Not much in it, but you see 2 figures. You see a short little green goblin wearing a maid uniform, and you see a tall flesh golem wearing a very nice tuxedo. You have heard of flesh golems before, but probably never seen one. They're kind of D&D's version of Frankenstein's monster. But this one's wearing a tuxedo. And the goblin says, "Visitors? Who are you?"
We're...
Hail and well met, adventurers.
This is... I'm Layla. This is Walker.
Oh, Layla and Walker. We've heard of you.
Yeah. We heard, we heard there's maybe... That, Aminar's maybe in trouble a little bit?
Yeah, the goblin and the... what did I just say? The goblin and the flesh golem share a sad look. And the goblin says, "Oh, yes, Aminar's been missing for quite a while."
I heard that he was murdered.
Oh, well...
Murdered?
That's just what the townspeople are saying, but I think we all know that the townspeople are maybe not the tallest trees of the forest.
Oh, yes. These commoners, they're quite silly sometimes.
Yeah, so they think he's been murdered, but I think that's just because they don't know where he is, and they're not used to people disappearing, I guess. Has no one ever been kidnapped in this town? Regardless, they think that Roderick did it.
Roderick?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that can't be.
Why do you say that?
'Cause I like him. And he's set to, inherit this place after Aminar dies eventually, or maybe already has.
Okay. So you'd be cool if he took over as wizard of the town?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Okay.
would that technically give him a motive, though?
Oh no, this is not good. Yes, that does seem suspect now that you say it.
Yeah.
Has he been drawing phalluses lately or anything?
I don't know what that
Layla,
is.
tell him. Tell him what we're thinking about.
Just do you just from the vibes you get from Roderick, do you think he's capable of murder in the first place?
Like physically?
Physically, emotionally.
Physically, I'd say yes. He's gotten quite proficient at spells.
Murder.
Oh, right, at magic, which he can kill people with,
magic.
Walker.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What about him? What about emotionally? Like, does he have the emotional strength to kill a man?
I mean, you've met him, right? That
Yeah.
man is scared of his own shadow.
That's true, but sometimes even the cold-heartedest, most cold-hearted killers don't appear to be that way on the outside. They can be charming, or not charming on purpose. Because he was not charming. All right, well, we're just hoping we can maybe look around the tower for some clues, see if we can find any trace of where Aminar has gone. But this is your home as well. Are you okay if we do that?
Yes, if you'd like to investigate, that sounds very useful to us. We would love to have Aminor back. Do you know about this tower?
What do you mean by that?
Definitely not. I would also like to say that I forgot what I was going to say. For real, sorry.
He's a little drunk. Sorry about that. What do you mean? Do we know about this tower? Like, we're here, so we know it exists. Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about?
I just meant Aminar was very protective of his workshop, and so he made some traps and puzzles and things to protect it.
Do you have
I
a...
remembered. How long has he been gone? You said he's been gone for a while.
Yes, about a week.
Okay, cool.
Is that
All right.
consistent with what Roderick said?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a kill switch for those traps? Can you just turn those off? I'd really rather not
Well,
do
that would
that.
kind of defeat the purpose, because I still don't have any proof that you're Walker and Layla, but I'm sure that if you are the real them, that you will have no problem with these puzzles.
All right, well,
That is optimistic.
one of us is
of you.
not
Thank
sober. But we will do our best. Thanks.
Good luck. And he turns to the flesh golem and says, "Martin, the key." And Martin reaches into the pocket of his tuxedo and pulls out a large iron key and hands it to you. And the goblin runs over to the far wall and pulls back a curtain that was covering a good portion of the wall. And you see 3 large wooden doors with almost comedic looking chains covering them. And all the chains come together at a large iron padlock in the middle.
So which one is the stairs?
None of them. They all will teleport you to different floors of the tower. There's 3 doors, 4 keys, and by going through doors you get keys, and by getting keys you can go through doors. Did that work? I've been trying that out. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
You should definitely waggle your eyebrows a little more when you finish. Just
Ooh,
it sells it.
that's a good note. Martin, can you teach me? And the flesh golem's eyebrows wiggle aggressively.
Yeah, I think I got it. I'm just gonna move forward like I do have it. Confidence is key. I'm gonna pick the middle door.
Okay. You put your key in the lock and key both vanish, as well as the chains. And
Magic!
Oh my.
the door starts glowing faintly. And
If I like
Oh, go ahead.
lean, if I like touch it, does like my hand disappear? Is that like the portal, or do I have to open it?
You do have to open it, and
Okay.
behind that is the portal.
Okay. That seems a bit
It's another
redundant
door.
but it's another door.
This is a Hunt for the Wilder People reference for anyone not in the know.
Okay, so let's go through the door.
Okay. You go through the door. For a moment, everything is black, and then for another moment, everything is Technicolor. Think Willy Wonka's Freaky Boat Ride.
Oh,
And
goodness.
then everything's
that.
black again, and then you are in another room. It's the same shape and size as the one you were in before, but other than that, it looks totally different. So the ground floor, it was lit with windows and natural and maybe some magical lighting, but you couldn't see any light sources. This one has just classic medieval torches lining the walls. And so you've come through a door, and then on the far wall from you there are 3 doors, just like the ones you saw before. And the one in the middle is missing a lock, and the 2 on either side of it still have their lock, just like the floor that you just left.
Mm-hmm.
In this room, there are just huge slabs of stone that are floating around pretty lazily, so it doesn't. You're not in danger of being hit in the face with one of these, but just large slabs of stone floating. And the room is about 40 feet tall. And let's have both of you make a perception check.
Am I at disadvantage because I am drunk?
No, we can ignore that for the sake of
Okay.
everyone having fun.
Expediency.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I got an 11.
I got a 10 again.
Okay. Both of you noticed that in the center of the ceiling there's a hook with an iron key hanging from it. What do you do?
I point at it and I go, Layla, the key!
Yes, I can see that. It's a little bit, can't quite reach it. It's a little too tall for me.
I'm gonna reach up for it and just go, oh, key. Oh.
You are taller than me, but not that tall. You said there are like stones floating around.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they like? Is there just one level of them, or is it like all over, like all the way up to the key potentially?
Yeah, all the way up to the key. It looks like you would have to jump from stone to stone. Both of you are pretty athletic and dexterous, so probably 4 jumps from stone to stone would get you to the key.
Okay. I'm going to tell Walker, why don't you maybe just sit this one out? Just real quick, unless I can't make it. Maybe I can't. I'm just going to try and hop up there real quick and grab it. I'm worried that
Okay.
you'll miss. I am. I'm
Yeah,
just going to say that.
I definitely should probably clear my head before I try jumping from stone to stone. Good.
I'm going to give him
Great
the
point.
water canteen I have in my bag and be like, drink all of this. By the time I get back.
Walker enthusiastically begins guzzling the water.
Good. That'll help you
Awesome.
sober up a bit. Okay, so I'm going to try and start just jumping onto the rocks.
Okay. Yeah, so you jump onto a stone slab, and immediately it starts shaking a little bit. And
Ooh.
I'm going to have you make an acrobatics check.
Oh, good. I'm good at that. Thank you, performing troop mom. Oh, there are not bennies in this game, and I don't like that. I got a 10.
Okay. With a 10, you're able to jump off of the slab just as it crumbles into pieces and the pieces fall to the floor. And you land on another slab at the same height. So you haven't made it any closer to the key, but you're still in the air.
Okay, I'm going to try and jump again.
Okay. Another athletics check. Or acrobatics, excuse me.
12? I'm rolling so bad.
Okay. Same thing happens. You're able to jump to another slab at about the same height. A little closer, but not by much. Walker, there's just kind of broken rubble falling now. Can you make a dexterity saving throw to see how well you dodge it?
Indeed. So that's going to be a d20 and then my dex modifier on top of that, right?
Unless you're proficient in
and
it.
then yeah, exactly.
Okay. I believe I am proficient in dexterity.
You are. You should have a +4. I'm looking at your character sheet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That is going to be a 12 total.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of roll out of the way. You spill quite a bit of water as you do, which is unfortunate. But you roll out of the way, and now that you know to look out for the rubble, you're able to stay far away from it, no problem.
Oh, that was scary. Layla! Rod, you threw rocks.
Layla's not really listening to him, and she's just kind of swearing under her breath. She's getting frustrated. She's going to try and jump again.
Okay.
Megan's swearing under her breath because she's frustrated that her stupid dice aren't working. Okay. It's a 17.
Okay. With the 17, you are able to leap from this platform before it crumbles, and you get quite a bit closer. You think maybe 2 more jumps, if they're good, should get you to the key.
Okay. Whew. I'm going to try again. Hang tight, buddy. Ooh, 21.
Ooh, nice. Okay, you land on a great slab that was actually moving towards the key, so you're within about 5 feet of it now. I'm going to give you a choice. You can either jump and definitely get it, but maybe fall to the floor, or you can jump and maybe get it, but definitely land on another platform.
I want to definitely get it and then do my best to do a little dive roll.
Okay.
Because of my acrobatic training. I know how to do those technically. So you can make me roll for that if you want.
Yeah, let's see your acrobatics check.
Okay. Ooh, 24.
Ooh, beautiful. With a 24, I'm imagining you maybe like wink at Walker just to be like, yeah, I got this one. I don't want to make that
love
decision
showing off.
for you. Yeah, something like Babe Ruth pointing before he hits that home run.
Yeah.
You jump. Sports reference, right? We do that here at Choose a Choice.
I love sports.
We play sports ball.
For sure. You jump, catch the key easily, lift it off the hook. You do a little spin in the air, maybe a backflip, and just land like a cat on a platform, and then you're able to leap from platform to platform all the way down. By the time you do get to the floor, there's quite a good heap of rubble, but you have the key, and you're safe on the ground.
When you make it down, Walker is looking supremely impressed. And he says, Layla, you are so good at this. It was the dancing. I wanted to be a dancer, but it was always, no, Walker, you're the king in exile. No, Walker, you're the leader of your people. Take it seriously. You can't dance. Sucked.
Do I know he's a king in exile?
I don't know.
Or is this the first time hearing of it? I'm asking Walker if he's like told me that before. Well, I'm asking Jared if Walker has told me that before.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So he's
okay. So
Walker's the parallel to Aragorn's Strider.
Right,
so nobody
right.
really knows that he's the king in exile. So he just definitely spilled the beans on that one.
Only drunk Walker talks about it.
Right, got it. I'm sorry. Did you just say you're a king in exile?
Yeah, and it's not that fun.
Okay. We need to unpack this, but now is not the time. So let's both file away a mental note that you just confessed a deep dark secret to me, and we'll get back to that later. I'm glad I could impress you, but like, what the hell?
I'm sorry. I don't want people to see me differently. You know, it's just.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like, no, what? Okay. Right or left for the door?
Righter?
Right
or
or
right
left?
or left. I thought you were introducing a new character that Ryder left through the door.
No.
You can't do that.
You have a secret. I have a secret.
This is my little gnome. He's been in my bag this whole time.
What up?
I carry him like a baby on my back. No. I'm letting Walker pick the door so that he can feel involved.
Walker sits down cross-legged on the ground and spins the canteen.
Okay.
And when it comes to a stop, it's pointing at the left door. And he points with his all fingers and thumb extended to the door and says, "That way."
Okay. Did you drink all of that?
One up to fate.
You drank all the canteen? It's empty now? Did you drink all of the water?
Yes, some of it. I spilled a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna pull some beef jerky out of my satchel as well and be like, chew on this too. I need you sharp. Or sharper.
I love beef. Oh man, this is so great. I love beef jerky.
Yeah, most rangers do.
You know who makes the best beef jerky? There's this one, and then kind of trails off as they go towards the door.
Scene break.
Okay, just like last time, you're able to put the key in the lock, and the key, lock, and chains all vanish into thin air. And you go through the portal, and you are in a new room. So this room is rectangular and a little smaller than the other ones that you've seen. You can see on the far side of the room, there's 3 doors. The left 2 are unlocked, and the right one is locked, as you maybe could have predicted. And the middle of the room is filled up wall to wall with 3 large glass cages. In the cage on the left is a boa constrictor. In the cage in the middle is a lion. And in the cage on the right, at first you don't see anything. And then as you look closer, you see that there is a mouse on the floor. And let's get a perception check from both of you.
That's a nat 20 for me. Plus 4, 24.
Goodness. Well, I got a 6.
Okay. Layla, you don't notice anything. Walker, you notice that the glass on the mouse's cage looks quite a bit thicker and has scratches all over on the inside. Well, on the bottom 3 feet. This is a horribly marred cage. And then I forgot to mention, all 3 cages have doors in the front and back that looks unlocked and easy to open. So you could pass through any of the 3 cages to get to the far side.
Okay. So Walker's like squinting at the mouse cage and like kind of tilting his head side to side, and then he goes, "Layla, it's look at the bottom of it's all scratched. I don't think a mouse did that on its own."
I guess that's pretty weird. Maybe it's like have you ever seen the play The Swan Princess? It's a very popular play where I'm from.
IRL, I have not, but in character, I actually snuck in the back one time there was like this traveling group that was doing one, and I didn't want anybody to see it was me, so I put on my cloak and I was all dressed up, and it was great. I cried more than once. It was just really good.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was just gonna mention it's like how they keep saying that the beast is not what it seems. Like maybe this mouse is not what it seems. It could be anyone. It could be a mouse. In the movie, it's not a mouse. Or in the play, it's a play. It's not a swan in the play either. It's a guy. The guy is the beast. It could be a guy. But
it could be the wizard, Abadar!
I don't... Alright.
Walker's gonna run over to the cage and start knocking on it. Abadar!
No, this has gotten away from me. I think we just shouldn't go in that cage. Anyway, okay, so there's you said a lion, a snake, and a mouse.
Yes.
But the mouse, we're getting bad vibes from. Walker got bad vibes from, and I tried to make a Swan Princess reference, and it didn't work. That's okay. You snake? Does it?
The snake.
I feel like
It's a boa.
I could kill a snake pretty quick, right?
So like, boas, from my understanding, this is too meta. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
I mean, as a ranger, you would have a good understanding.
You know more
of
about animals and stuff.
Okay.
I'm a city girl.
And I also could be wrong IRL. So if you love snakes and you're listening to the podcast, please forgive me if what I'm about to say is completely false.
Keep it to yourself.
It might be.
We don't want your snake knowledge around here.
Don't say anything and let us be right. Let us have this. This is all we have. My understanding is that boa constrictors are pretty chill, especially if they've been fed or if they're cold, because snakes are cold-blooded. So it's like, they're not just gonna like jump on you out of nowhere and then strangle you to death. Like, they go like slow, and then gradually, once they've kind of gotten around you, then they use their muscles to strangle you.
Okay.
So I feel like if you're fast enough, the snake's probably not a big threat because it's a boa constrictor, right?
Yeah, I'd say, okay, so let's go through the snake cage and just go really fast and not look it in the eye.
You can smell fear.
Yeah.
I guess taste fear?
Let's salute it as we walk by so that it knows we respect it.
Yeah. Yes.
Just in case it's a soldier snake.
You never know.
Rick and Morty Snake Society.
So you're able to do that no problem. You slide the lock mechanism open on the near side of the door. The snake doesn't seem to react. He watches you pretty sleepily as you walk quickly through the door. Doesn't give you any trouble. You're able to open the other door, grab the key, and be on your way.
Nice.
I'm gonna salute the snake on the way out and say, "You're a real one, snake. You're a real one."
I'm trying to hiss. I don't think Discord picked it up, but Audacity did. So we'll see how good that is in post.
All right. I guess I'll never know.
Okay.
Megan doesn't listen joke.
Classic.
It's a staple.
Yeah. Got to make one per episode.
Okay. Do you open the last door?
Yeah.
Okay. You unlock the third door and walk through. And you find yourself in a bit of a library. So this is another round room. Pretty small, a little smaller than the ground floor, but just full of bookshelves. There are... Oh, I forgot to count. There are 8 bookshelves. All the bookshelves are filled with just blank books with no title on them, just have simple leather covers. Except one book on each bookshelf has an iron spine and has a name etched in it. If you would like to, I could read you the names as if you had walked around the library and read them all yourselves.
Please do. And can you
Yes,
put them in the
please.
chat as well?
Okay, yeah. So the 8 book titles are Gazing Through the Mists, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, Whistle a Tune Through Your Teeth, Never Forget, The Master's Eye, Treasures Untold, Changing My Perspective, and Speak from the Heart.
I remember this puzzle from the last time we did it, and it was the hardest one, and I don't remember the solution. And Berkeley was like, that was not the hardest one. And I was like, it was though. Okay. Wolf sounds bad.
Yeah.
Let's not do that one. Maybe treasure sounds good. I'm gonna open up Treasures Untold.
Okay. You slide it off the bookshelf and see that only the spine is made of iron. The rest of the book is leather like the others. You open it up and it starts glowing and then transforms into a single copper coin.
Well, that was a bit of a misnomer.
Well, it's treasures so small that no one would talk about it, so it was Treasures Untold.
But in Ariel's song, she sings, "Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold?" So I was hoping
That's
something
the
more
other
like that.
type of untold.
Okay. Well, Amber has a sense of humor.
So you've opened Treasures Untold. You got a copper coin.
Your turn to pick a book.
Yeah.
Mist and Wolf sounds bad. Don't do those ones.
I think I want to whistle a tune through my teeth. I think I'm going to go to that one and open it up.
Okay. Yeah, you slide this one off the shelf and open it up. And it starts glowing, just like Layla's did. And it transforms into an iron key.
What?
Nice job.
Nice.
Last time I ran this puzzle with people,
We
it
literally
was
had to
the
go through
last
every
guess.
single one.
So
I
this is a
don't know
little
why.
bit of a letdown, honestly. You're just too good.
All I
Can
can
we open some of the other books?
I
Sure.
want to know. I do want to know what changing my perspective was, because all I can think of is, that's me in the
It's
corner.
rooms.
That's
Oh.
me in the spotlight, changing my perspective.
I don't
That's not
think
how the
those are
song goes,
words.
but
Yes,
no, I know
that's-
it's not.
That's the popular REM song.
Changing
Changing my perspective.
It has the exact same number of syllables and like grammar pattern, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Do you want to do Changing My Perspective?
I don't want to open any of these books.
I will open it for you, Layla. I'm feeling much better now, and with my soberness, my confidence has become stronger somehow.
All right.
Okay.
So I will do it.
This book glows and then disappears, and suddenly everything feels topsy-turvy, and you are falling towards the ceiling. And both of you are going to take 8 damage as you land roughly
Damn it, Walker.
on the ceiling.
Worth it. I've never walked on a ceiling before, and now I have. And I'm gonna tell my grandkids this story if I can ever hang out with that cool elf lady. I don't think her dad likes me very much. Anyways, that's enough about me. Back to the matter at hand. We are now on the ceiling.
Yeah, how far away is the lock and doors?
About 20 feet away.
Okay.
Are you thinking you could throw the key into the lock from here?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
thinking...
I forgot to mention, in this room, instead of 3 normal-sized doors, they have combined into one large door, which is locked up with about 3 times as many chains. It looks even more comedic.
This dude was really into chains. He's probably got a whip room around here somewhere, too.
Gross. So I have some bolts in my inventory. I'm thinking I can you're good at shooting things, right, Walker?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Oh, I'm pretty darn good at this.
Cool.
All right.
So you can use your own bolts then, not mine. If you can just shoot a couple like a climbing wall kind of up to the door, then we can just use those to just kind of climb up there and through the portal.
Yeah. Excellent. It has been a long time since I played D&D. I don't remember how to roll a attack. I rolled a hit first, right, which is a d20, and then from there I roll damage if I succeed. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
And I have +4 to hit with my bow, which is surprising. Okay, so
Sorry, can you explain the plan to me again so I know how to run this?
that's exactly what I was going to say.
It's a
Meagan-
classic fantasy. You shoot arrows into the wall. Is it a stone wall or is it a
and
wood
then
wall?
climb it.
We'll say it's wood on the interior because that
Okay.
would be more fun.
It's a 70s wizard.
Yeah, wood paneling.
Well, every library has to have wood paneling, right?
Right, exactly. So I'm
That's
saying
true.
shoot arrows into the wall kind of in a zigzaggy pattern so that we can just kind of use those as handholds to kind of climb up the wall through the door.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Because if they're iron
I'm
bolts,
gonna-
they should be pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I believe, let's see, how tall did you say the ceiling was again?
It is 20 feet away.
20 feet. So if we're talking like ladder rungs, there's one every like 1.5 feet. So we're going to need 15 arrows. Do you want me to roll all those individually?
No. So first off, you two are pretty dexterous. I think you'll be fine with like
We can
3
jump
feet
a bit.
apart arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll have you just roll 2 attack rolls, and that will tell us how like neat and even these are. And if
Okay.
it's not very neat and even, we might need to do some acrobatics checks to get up it.
All right.
Don't let me down.
So to hit, that is a 9 + 4, which is 13
Okay.
on my first roll.
That for sure hits.
And for my second roll, that is another 9 + 4 for 13.
Okay, cool. And I'm not going to have you roll damage on this because I don't know what that would do.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
wall cries a little bit because it hurts so bad. Okay, with 2 13s at this close of range, that's good enough that you're able to make a pretty nice ladder, and you're both able to scurry up it like the dexterous selves that you are.
Yay.
And yeah, you open the door upside down, I'm imagining,
Yeah.
and swing
Just
yourself through it.
slide through.
Okay. After going through this last magic door, you find yourself in Aminar's workshop. So this is basically Dumbledore's office. Picture that. Actually, no, don't picture that. I'm going to describe it from scratch. So you're in a small round room. It's about 20 feet diameter. There is an upper layer going around the outside of the room that looks out windows out into the forest around you. And then there's an inner layer that has workbenches and bookshelves and a cauldron and just all kinds of just miscellaneous wizarding things. One thing well, actually, yeah, let's have both of you roll perception to see if anything stands out.
That is a 19 + 4 for 23.
Okay, you notice on a bookshelf on one wall, you notice a stick of chalk, just like Roderick described, leaning up against a large jar that's full of a beautiful blue and silver gas.
Interesting. Megan, what did you roll?
I got a 21.
Nice. Okay.
You also notice
So
this.
we're both
Okay.
we were both aware. I don't have to repeat it to you.
Thank goodness.
So what's in the jar? I see the chalk, but what's in the jar? That's
I feel like I want to open the jar.
it's definitely not bath water.
I know. I want to see. I want to open
Hopefully.
it. I'm curious. I want to go open the jar.
Okay, you walk up to the bookshelf and you try to open the jar. You see that it's like a little tighter than you were expecting. I don't know if you've ever experienced this in real life where there's a jar that kind of seals itself because whatever was inside shrank, either because of a temperature change or a pressure change.
Yeah,
It
sure.
feels like that a little bit.
Like a pressure vacuum
but-
a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit vacuumed shut. But you give it a good yank, and eventually the lid comes flying off, and this gas pours out into the room, and it stays in like one mass. It doesn't dissipate into the room like a gas should. It
Just like the fart
stays in
cloud
the
from Rick and Morty.
just like the fart cloud from Rick and Morty. Yep,
Voiced by Jermaine Clement.
yep. Any other facts?
He sings a song.
He sings a song, one of my favorite songs, Goodbye Moon Man. Find it on Spotify. I don't know why we're promoting other people's art. As you watch, this mass of gas starts to get taller and coalesce into the form of a person. And it's slowly like getting more solid and more detailed.
Does it? Can I roll perception to see if it looks like Aminar or if it's someone else?
Yeah, for sure. You
Yeah,
can
I
roll
wanna try to.
perception or investigation for that, whichever one you're better at.
I am much better at perception. Oof, that's a 6 plus 4 for 10.
I got an 18.
Okay, Walker, you're not quite sure. Layla, you're quite confident that this is Aminar. You can
Oh,
see wizard robes and an old wrinkled face that look familiar.
Nice.
Um,
Hey!
Yeah, he's continuing to shimmer and get more solid. Do you want to do anything?
I'm just gonna say to Walker, like, this is kind of taking a while.
It's magic. I don't know how this stuff
I
works.
feel like if it's magic, it should be, like, faster, you know?
Maybe this is as fast as magic works, though. Like,
Maybe, I guess. Maybe he's just being dramatic.
that's true. It's good showmanship, right?
Yeah, wizards are notoriously good they understand showbiz. And in some ways I commend them for that, and in other ways I kind of wish you would just go a little faster. I've got things to do, you know?
And with that, Aminar flips off his one of those round tweed hats that they wear in like Singing in the Rain and starts saying, "There's no business like show business," and whips out a cane and no, I'm just kidding.
That was a
Pulls
great
up his
guess.
wizard robe a little bit. He's wearing fishnets. And immediately launches into what's that song from Cabaret or whatever. Anyway.
Those were both great guesses. What actually happens is suddenly he animates, and the first thing he says is, "Oh, it's you two.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?"
You tell me, buddy.
Well, I was working in my lab, making some excellent potions, and then I heard some footsteps, and then it was dark for a while, and now I'm here, and oh, my back hurts. And he turns, and there's just a large spectral knife sticking out of his back.
Oh.
That does not look like it belongs there.
I've never been a ghost before. This is very weird.
Are you dead?
I feel dead.
Aw, man. Can you still pay us?
Yes, I would like to figure out how I came to be dead first. if you
Okay,
don't
yeah, sorry.
mind.
No, yeah, we can do that. Do you think, oh man, if that little kid did it, I'm gonna be really annoyed with him.
Did Roderick the Young do this to you, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, no one else had access to my workshop. I hate to point the finger of blame, but I hate being dead more.
Okay.
You had like 20 other apprentices before him, though, right?
Yes.
Did any of them maybe have a reason to come back and attack you?
No, they're all living prosperous, productive lives. The ones that survived,
Okay,
which
so-
is most of them.
Was it the stone room that killed them?
We don't need to get into that. How did you get up here, by the way?
Just, through the doors.
You solved my puzzles?
Yeah, they weren't that bad. I mean, it's like
That's
a lot of
good,
jumping.
but-
Layla carried the team. Let's be honest here. I was more than a little soused for a lot of that.
Did you like the mouse one? I thought that was a nice touch.
That one,
Yeah,
it was good we noticed that, because I probably would have gone through the mouse cage, but saw the scratches, so.
what was it?
It was just a very angry mouse.
Oh,
So we would have been fine.
Oh no, it's vicious. It would have been quite the fight.
Okay, but you can just step on mice,
Not this one. Have you ever seen that play, Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail?
Yeah, I'm familiar. It's like the rabbit?
Yeah,
Oh boy. Okay.
did you create it?
I did. One of my finer works.
It's pretty cool. And maybe a little ethically concerning, but we're gonna
That's a little
we'll
weird.
circle back to that after we deal with the
I have a question for you. If we drew a circle with that chalk over there, what would happen?
Oh, that's my summoning chalk. That brings Roderick to me.
Oh, that little son of a bitch. Okay. He lied.
So, yeah, he told us that would summon you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a clever lie. That does make him look quite guilty, though.
It does. It does. Okay.
Did you guys have a falling out or anything?
Yeah, were you mean to him?
I wouldn't say mean. He really wanted to go out and investigate something he'd heard about. I wasn't really paying attention. And I told him no. And he said, well, when you die, I'm going to inherit this place and do whatever I want all the time, and it will be awesome. And that was kind of the end of the conversation.
So you don't...
Classic
so
Roderick the Young.
are you starting to see now that probably Roderick was the one who killed you?
I can see, yes. Yeah, it's looking like that.
Okay. What we need your help with then, first of all, is, well, we do need some money. But we can do the details later. Also, how long is this ghost gonna last? Is this like a force ghost thing where you can like come to us where we need you? Or is it like this is gonna expire in a couple minutes? Or are you always gonna be a ghost?
Bound to this plane until my work is finished. And I've got lots of work to do.
Oh, so you can just keep being a wizard as a ghost?
I think so. We'll see.
Okay.
If I took the knife out of your back, do you think that would change anything?
It would probably change whether there was a knife in my back.
So do you want us to take that out?
Okay.
Sure. Go for it.
Sure, question mark. All right, Layla, do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I do not want to do it.
Cool. Guinea pig gang. All right, I pulled the knife out, kind of clench my eyes shut, and just give it a quick yank.
Okay. It feels, I don't know how to describe this. You know how like a magnetic field you can feel if you're trying to push two things together, but it's not solid. It's there, but it's not solid. That's how this knife feels. Like you're not touching something solid, but if you're careful and gentle enough, you can like grasp it well enough to pull it out. And as you pull it out, Aminar goes, "Ah!" No, I'm just kidding. That feels great. Thank you.
Oh, you got me, dude. Dang. Aminar, you're a little jokester.
I do like my jokes.
You got them pranks for days.
Yes, well, anyway, I'm glad that the knife thing worked because, in real life, not ghost knife rules, you're not supposed to pull knives out. You know that, right, Walker?
You gotta, the bleeding and everything. Yep. It's better to wrap it. You do a bandage across where the stabbing area is and then around the base to keep it stable. Yeah.
And you can work on that now. Okay.
So what are we going to do about Roderick?
Exactly. How are we going to prove to the townspeople that he killed you when you're bound to are you bound to the tower or can you come with us?
I don't know how this works because I've never been a ghost before, but from my research, I would imagine I'm bound to the tower.
Ugh. Okay, well, that's really annoying. I guess we could just bring people back.
The townspeople pretty much believe he's guilty anyways.
That's true. We really don't need to do much convincing. They kind of take our word for everything. Let's just try and convince them.
Let me just say one thing. You can certainly work through the townspeople, but if you summon Roderick here and deal with him,
and he waggles his eyebrows quite a bit,
then you won't have to deal with the townspeople, and this episode could end with a fight.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I've been itching to pull out my rapier. Let's try and get him by surprise, though. I think it'll be really funny, really cute. If we don't put out our... What?
Oh, I was imagining his face when he sees me.
I know, it's gonna be so funny. So if we summon him here and we're just you should hide. Oh my gosh, you should hide Wizard Man
Aminar.
Aminar. You should hide. It'd be so funny. And then you can jump out and scare him. And then that'll give us the element of surprise. And then we can stab him.
That sounds great to me. I cannot wait to see his face.
Okay, so
Could we do this in the crushing room, maybe?
I think we can just do it here. This is great.
Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet study. That's fine.
I'm confident in my ability to kill this kid.
Okay.
I don't want to sound too bloodthirsty because I try not to be. You know, I don't want to glorify war, but I am pretty confident.
You're a samurai warrior. You rock that.
Exactly. And with the element of surprise, but we also have to act surprised. We think that he thinks that we think that drawing the circle is going to bring Aminar here. So we got to be like, what? Oh, yeah. So put on your best surprise face. And then Wizard Aminar, when you think the moment is right, that's when you can jump out and just do some classic ghost stuff. Just go boo and maybe say, you did this to me. And then we can start killing him.
Oh,
Could you could you use a cantrip? Am I saying that right? Cantrip? To like make it look like the jar still has you in it?
Ooh, this is a nice touch. I like you too.
Well, I do have a background in entertainment.
I don't know why I said that like we just met. We've been close work colleagues for 6 months, but I still like you too.
That's great. Thank you.
And we like you, boss. You're great too.
We like that you pay us.
Okay, I do the thing to the jar. I'll put it back on the shelf where it was.
And then I'll work on drawing the
chalk.
circle. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
What if we like traced the cauldron to make? I don't know. You could draw a perfect circle. I trust you. You could do it. Okay.
I'm somewhat confident. You just like stay. I'm just gonna keep my foot in one spot. Dancer's ability, just to spin around. Just kind of stick the chalk out from and just kind of spin in a circle like that. Like on the ground, like I'm squatting. Like it's in my brain. It's working. I can draw a circle.
Okay, so Aminar casts the minor illusion spell to make the jar look like it still has a ghost in it, and then he hides himself. And you two can draw the circle. Anything else you want to do to prepare?
Oh, I gotta hide my knife, huh? I'm gonna tuck it in my robe.
Okay, the knife is still ghostly, which looks very cool. You think it might become part of your signature look in the future?
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I have my rapier on my hip always, so I'm not drawing it yet, but it's there.
All right. So you draw the circle, and you see the same dark blue magic shimmery stuff that was in all the doorways. And then out of the circle steps Roderick.
What?
Aminar, you look just like Roderick.
No, that is Roderick. What are you doing? What's going on?
Thank you guys for getting me out of that sticky situation. I totally forgot his voice. I'm sorry. So we're going with this now. New York's fine, right?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
You see, I couldn't get in here without an invitation.
You a vampire?
What? No.
Like a vampire?
Who said that?
Are you?
Make a perception check.
Oh, snap. Here it is.
15?
Okay, you notice that his skin is looking paler and a little gray, and his fingernails are sharp, almost like claws. And when he smiles, you see that his canine teeth are quite large.
Oh, man.
He looks like he might be transforming into a vampire.
Oh, goodness. Do D&D vampires have to have the wooden stake through the heart, or can I just kill it with the regular sword?
You can kill it with regular sword.
Okay, cool.
Probably know that. And you hear Aminar say, "Oh shit! You guys, plan's off. He's a vampire. He's a vampire.
You're
Just kill him now."
a ghost. You're a ghost. What are you talking about? Oh my god.
And Roderick spins and sees Aminar and says, "Wait, what? What's he doing here?"
And that's when I draw my sword and I want to try and start. We need to enter combat now.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
Also going to try to stab him with the cool dagger.
Man,
So for those of you who are new to D&D, listeners, not you two. So in Savage Worlds, we decide who goes first in combat by drawing cards. In D&D, everyone rolls a d20, and they have a modifier that they add to that. So Roderick rolled very poorly, so he'll probably be going last.
Well, don't talk too quickly. I got a 7.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Ooh,
Man.
you will be going last. Did you add your dexterity to it?
Yes, I did.
Oh boy. Okay. And would you believe it? Aminar got a 1 on his dexterity or on his initiative.
Alrighty.
So we've got Layla going first with a 7. What would you like to do?
Ooh, I would like to stab him with my rapier.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Right. Good. Oh, it's an 8.
Okay, that is not good enough.
Wait. Can I temporarily give myself fighting... Sorry, can I retroactively... I forgot about my samurai thing, fighting spirit, which is a bonus action, and I can give myself an advantage on a weapon attack roll.
Yeah, sure. That
Okay,
makes
so I can
sense.
roll one more time.
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
Okay, that is good enough to hit.
Cool.
He is facing away from you, and you get a good blow, just slash across his shoulder. Go ahead and roll
Nice.
damage.
9.
Okay. Nice job. It is Roderick's turn now. He, you see the wound that you left start to heal, and he spins around and hisses at you and dives towards you. He's going to start with...
Wait, is it his turn?
Yeah, it's his turn.
Oh, but I thought he got a 1.
No, Aminar got a 1. Roderick got a 5.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But he got a nat 1 on his first attack. He tries to grab you and just misses completely. His intent was to grapple you and then bite your neck, but instead he missed and is going to try to bite your calf, since that is what his head is near. And got another nat 1. That doesn't feel good to get 2 nat 1s in a row, but that's where we are. Okay, Walker.
Okay, I'm going to say, oh man, performance anxiety happens to the best of us. Ghost knife. And I'm going to try to stab him with ghost knife.
Okay. Sweet. So Ghost Knife, you've got a longsword, I think, already.
Yes.
So both of those weapons should have the same attack modifier. So you can...
Stat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's 1d8 plus 3.
That's the damage.
And then...
Oh,
yeah,
so
so I have a plus 3 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
same. Yeah, you've got a plus 3 to hit.
Gotcha. Okay, that's an 18 plus 3 for 21.
Okay, that hits.
And then 1d8 is a 7 plus 3 is 10.
Okay. All right, nice job. You stab him with the ghost knife, and he looks very confused because ghost knives shouldn't exist, but here we are. Okay. He rolls up his ghost sleeves and says, I don't know if I can cast spells as a ghost, but here goes. And he extends his hands and shoots a firebolt at Roderick.
Classic wizard disregard for his allies.
Not fireball,
Firebolts.
firebolt.
Firebolts,
okay.
like, land on it. It's kind of like... Isn't it like magic missile a little bit? Or is it just more finesse-y than a fireball?
It's like an
Less
arrow
radius.
that's on fire.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it just hits a single target, and it did 8 damage. As Roderick's very nice shirt is singed. Oh, also his clothes changed when he teleported because vampires have to look confident, and he was wearing peasant apprentice clothes before.
Does his shirt burn off to reveal his sexy vampire body?
Does he
Just
glitter?
a small part of his sexy vampire body, yes. Just one bicep. Layla,
That's an incredible bicep, my dude.
Layla,
Okay.
we're back to you.
I'm just gonna stab him again. Love being a fighter. I just do one thing, and I'm so good at it. 16.
That hits.
Ooh, max damage. 11.
Okay. Nice job. Sorry, I have to write things and I get distracted during fights. Okay, you slash at him, and Roderick hisses again. You see his wounds heal a little bit again, but not as much as they did before. And he scampers away. This is going to give both Walker and Layla an opportunity to do an opportunity attack. So both of you can make one attack against him because he's vulnerable as he's fleeing from you.
Yay.
We still have to roll to hit, correct?
Yes.
15?
That hits.
And that's a 10 for me.
That does not hit, unfortunately. So Layla, roll damage.
9 damage.
Okay. You slash it across his back, landing a pretty solid blow as he scampers away and starts crawling up the wall, hissing. He's going for the window, but as he peeks his head out, probably to jump out the window, you see that his skin starts to sear in the sunlight. And he hisses again and retracts himself.
Silly vampire. You don't know it's daytime? Idiot.
He's new to this.
Okay. I feel a little bad almost. I want him to be a better vampire, but it's okay. We just need to get rid of him.
Walker, go for it.
Okay. I am going to try to shoot him with my longbow.
Nice.
And I'm going to, as I do this, I'm going to turn over to Aminar. I'm going to say, you did firebolt. Allow me to present regular bolt. And that is a 19 plus 4 for 23.
Nice. That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. And that is going to be 6 plus 2 for 8.
Okay. Nicely done. The arrow sinks into his thigh and does not look comfortable. Aminar says, I cast Firebolt and you cast Regular Bolt. Now allow me to demonstrate Frozen Water Bolt. It's called Ray of Frost.
Alrighty.
And he gets a nat 20. Nice job,
Ooh.
Aminar. Don't know why Roderick can't roll like that.
He's a teenage vampire.
Roderick's the tool.
And that is going to do 12 damage on Roderick.
That was rolling the damage twice? Man. Just kidding. My max
What were
damage
you
is 11.
expecting?
I shouldn't sneeze at it. I don't know.
These are ghost cantrips, which are the same as
Yeah.
cantrips, which aren't as good as fighter weapons.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, Roderick, the Ray of Frost knocks him off the wall and he lands on his hands and knees on the floor. And he looks up at the three of you with just pure hatred in his eyes. And he says, My plan was perfect. I can't believe you would get in the way of my potential again. You're always putting me to the side. You're always limiting me. I could have been great. I could have been a great wizard.
Bro, you're 17. Calm down, man.
You were literally in prison about to be executed when we showed up.
Not a
I don't
perfect
know
plan.
how we did anything worse.
Not a perfect plan. Just throwing that out there.
Layla, it's your turn.
Okay. Got 10. Ooh, fighting spirit. Fighting spirit.
How
should
often
maybe
do you
decide
do
that
fighting
beforehand.
spirit?
3 times per long rest.
Nice.
That didn't work either. Okay. Action surge!
Ooh. So fighters have an ability where once per day they can attack twice.
Actually, action surge recharges after a short rest as well. So if we just want to take a break in this fight for an hour,
Once per
I can do it again.
I can do that.
Alrighty, 13.
That does not hit.
Dang it!
I'm
I used
so
all my
sorry.
things. It's fine. At least I get 5 more temporary hit points.
Yeah, you swing twice with your rapier, but he is on the floor, and that's not usually where your targets are, so it's not a
If he's
natural
on the
mission.
floor, he's prone, and I should have had advantage to begin with. You should have told me
you're
that.
right.
So I feel like I should
forgot
get to
to mention
roll
that.
a couple more times, because like on every attack I should have had advantage.
Yeah, just one more time, because the fighting spirit also gave you advantage, and you can't get double advantage.
That's 14.
That doesn't hit.
Oh my goodness.
You were swinging so fast all around him. And not
He's
right where he
on the
is.
floor. Okay.
Not anymore,
Whatever.
because it's his turn and he's jumping at you again.
I'd like to see him get to me.
Okay, he
That
got
would-
a... Sorry, let me check what his modifier is. He got a dirty 20
That
against
just
you.
barely hits.
Okay, so he's got an ability that instead of hitting you, he can grapple you. So he's got his arms wrapped around you and goes for the neck with his bite attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Oh, now you're pulling out the big guns. Jeez.
At the very end, yeah. Okay, so that's going to do 4 piercing damage plus 8 necrotic damage.
Okay, so 12.
Yes.
Alright.
And your... This probably isn't going to matter, but your hit point maximum is reduced by 8 until you do a long rest.
Okay.
Okay, Walker. You just saw a vampire leap off the floor and bite your friend in the neck. What do you do?
I am severely enraged by this, and I'm gonna grab my longsword and try to jam it through his cheek to pry his jaws apart,
Ugh,
and also kill him.
gross. Okay.
Sorry. And as I do that, I'm gonna say, "Manners, manners, boy."
Okay. Roll. Make your attack roll.
16
Wait.
plus 3 for 19.
Good job. Roll damage.
Yay. That is a 7 again. Plus 3 for 10.
Okay, that is just enough that with this... You were using your ghost knife?
That was longsword.
Okay.
But we can retcon it to be ghost knife if that's cooler.
Well, this is enough to kill Roderick, so this is the part where I say, how do you want to do this? And you get to narrate for a little bit while I take a little break.
You kind of told us.
Yeah, you did kind of
All
tell
right.
us.
So like I said, I shout, "Have some manners, Roderick," and I just go through the cheek and then twist to pry open his jaws, and that's it. That the life kind of drains out of him as I pop it open.
Okay. You see Roderick just kind of crumble into dust. His whole body just kind of falls apart. Layla, you're freed, of course. And Aminar says, "Oh, good job. That was well done. I'm sorry I wouldn't have suggested bringing him here if I'd known he was a vampire, but I'm glad I had you two to deal with it."
Yeah. Thanks for helping us out with our plan there, friend.
I threw 2 magic bolts at him.
Yeah, you're supposed to distract him with your scary ghost self.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted from my distraction by his scary vampire self. He was facing away from you for your first hit, so I feel like he was a little distracted. Not that anyone's keeping
That's
score.
It's gonna be maybe a little bit of an extra fee on this payout.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Yes, well, I'm dead, so I don't think I legally own anything here. And you just killed Roderick, so would 1 wizard tower suffice as payment?
I need to confer with my associate here. Layla? Definitely yes, right?
Yes. That's real estate,
Yes,
baby.
the answer is unequivocally yes.
Are you accepting a proposal? Like, dude, have some self-respect. Yeah, I guess we can take that.
I simply request that I be allowed to use my alchemy kit and continue inventing potions, because I think that's my last work I have to do before I can stop being a ghost.
Sure, buddy.
Thank you.
And you also have to care for like your servants.
Oh yeah, you should go
right?
say hi to them.
Oh, yes.
They're worried about you.
I was worried about me too. I'll go see them.
Okay.
And he
Tell them
just,
about Roderick.
floats away through the floor.
Okay.
And with that, you have completed the objectives
Adventure.
that I have here in my Google Doc. The adventure, thank you.
That's what it was.
You're able to bring news back to Trezzar and explain what happened, and
They
they're
just take
very
our word
relieved.
for it, probably.
Well,
I guess
all
they
know
saw him
is-
disappear.
Yeah, they saw him disappear, so they're just relieved to have some explanation. And relieved that Aminar is at least able to communicate with you in some way. They feel a lot better having you around. You're not beholden to stay in Trezzar, but they're glad that someone Aminar has worked with is here to protect them.
I think we go to the icy tankard after our victory and we buy fantasy sprites for everyone. The vodka ones,
Absolutely.
not the virgin ones.
Double strength. It's just vodka, no Sprite.
It's carbonated vodka. It's like a vodka seltzer.
The whole population of Trezzar takes turns coming into the icy tankard 5 at a time, because that's all that will fit. And
Now it's like an outside party, you know. We set up some little dancing lights. We do, you know, we have a little
learned from the
musical
birthday
performance.
party.
Yeah, I took matters in my own hands this time. The birthday party for me was a surprise party. You know, you could tell that it wasn't super well planned out. Walker was half in charge of it.
I'm sorry, I am bad at parties.
It's okay. We're gonna get better.
You know,
We'll figure that out.
we don't do a lot of partying out in the wastelands.
Yeah, I would imagine that a exiled king wouldn't want to party a lot. We still haven't talked about that.
Shh, not so loud. There's people here. I'm just a regular guy.
I'm just like
Carry
you.
on with your partying.
All right, well, that concludes our adventure. Thank you for playing, and thank you everyone for listening. I had a lot of fun DMing this, and maybe we'll be able to do more D&D one-shots in the future if everyone liked it.
Yeah,
That was incredible. I had a blast.
me too.
Please remember to follow us on Instagram to get updates and sometimes memes, and tell your friends about Choose a Choice.
Our Instagram handle is @cac.rpg. You guys always forget to say that. And
Peace.
in your never mind. I don't know what I thought I was gonna say. I was gonna say, may all your choices be choose, but that doesn't make sense.
Oh my goodness.
That's a great tagline.
We've got over 20 episodes and you've just now thought of that? That's golden.
Yeah, sorry.
Is it choosed with the D?
Just choose.
Just choose. Okay.
You know,
All right.
maybe choose.
Would
I
you-
guess. Which
Everybody
Would you
yeah.
consider
We
Choose?
got to do a serious.
I
thing.
could consider choose. Yeah, may all your choices be choose. Sure. Yeah, I like that.
Outro
Yeah, all you-
music.
All right. Give us one solid.
Okay,
one.
okay. Wait, I can do it. And may all your choices be choosed.
Excellent.
Sorry, I laughed in the middle there. I can't do it with a straight face.